So I've never posted any video content before, but I've been restoring a JVC L-E22B, which is a turntable. It's a linear tracker. I did some work on the tone arm motor, and I'm also replacing the belt and the stylus on it, the platter belt. So I ordered those from a website that I like that sells that kind of stuff pretty cheap. And it's come in today, and so I thought that I would do an unboxing, and then I suppose I will probably also film the install. And then I guess I'll show you what it sounds like afterwards. So here's this. Hopefully I'm not messing anything up in here. I don't think I am. Okay, so what I've got here is a business card, free advertising, a 15.9 inch platter belt. This seems to be really thick, and I'm hoping that it works. It's also got an alcohol prep pad in there, and then the needle, and it is a, let me see, replica of the ATN 3472, and I can't off the top of my head remember what their actual number for it was, but it is the Bliss Audio, or Bliss conical needle. Hang on, there it is. So that's, I guess it's not going to focus so well. And I will be installing this shortly, hopefully tonight. Okay, so this is the turntable. There's some minor damage to the outside of it. It's also really bright shit. Sorry. I have fabricated actually also a cork platter mat for it. It's not super great. The edges are a little rough, but it should work. It's also for a buyer who is also a friend and has currently no machine, and I'm not going to charge him a whole lot for it. That is actually in there is the tone arm assembly that I've already taken apart, and I don't feel like taking it apart again tonight. It has all of the stuff, the instruction manual, and also in there are the shipping hardware. Actually, you can see some of that there as well. And there are all the screws for locking down the tone arm, or the platter. There are some holes in it. Sorry about this. And also there is the adapter for European style plugs. Back up and get this and see how much I can get in there. It's not the world's fanciest turntable, but I thought it was kind of cool. And also my buyer thought that it was kind of cool. I don't really know how I'm going to film the install because I can't hold the camera while doing the work, but I will do what I can. So I've gone ahead and I've removed this spring from around the spindle. Set that off to the side somewhere. And actually here, maybe you can watch this. I'm going to go ahead and remove that part of the belt so that I can take the platter off entirely. Sorry about the noise. This is what the inside of this looks like if you care. This is what the bottom of the platter looks like, and that's what I'm replacing. Yeah, so I'll show you again once that's on. Okay, so here is the new belt, sort of on this platter. I should push it down some more in some spots so that it sits straight. Also, it's really tight, and I'm hoping that in mounting it on this little gold piece, it doesn't pull it and damage that motor. I don't think it should, but I also want to remove as much slack as I possibly can so that if it, needs any extra room, it's got it. Got some little toothpicks in there to help me pull it out when I'm ready to attach it to the that second spindle there, but I think it's going to take some effort, so I might not be able to film that. Here, let me see if I can get... So here we are actually back on the main spindle, and I'll give you an update once that's on. Update City. Well, you're probably wondering why I spent so much time talking about resetting that platter belt and then not doing it. I actually did. So what you saw of me setting this on there was not real. But it turns out I'm going to have to order another platter belt, or at least, exchange this one, because I misjudged in measuring by about, this looks like about 5 inches, 5 or 6. And I intentionally went a little small because I assumed that the old belt was a little stretched. Apparently I went too small. Also, this is a really, really thick belt. I expect it to be quite so thick, and I thought it might stretch a little more, but it is very, very rigid. So I guess I'm going to put the old belt back on, install the new stylus, which is over there, and I guess return the part of it that doesn't work and see if they can give me one that will. So I'll show you, I guess with the stylus off, that stylus removed, and then with this one put on. By taking this cart entirely off, it is that mount. I think they call it P mount now. You can see it's very, focus, deformed there. It's bent super far. That's what the connector looks like, no cartridge attached to it. So I'm going to go ahead and remove the whole stylus assembly and then attach that one, and I'll see you. Here's the new stylus attached. I haven't put the cart back in yet. Just kind of wanted to show that off because I think it looks really sweet with the white plastic on there. I sort of actually expected this one to have a little logo right there at the bottom. It doesn't, which I'm not too disappointed about because no logos means no advertising, and I'm kind of a fan of that. So this guy goes in here like this. Let me see if I can get this and also do it. Yeah, just a couple little, just pushes in, and then this screw goes in. Oh, this is difficult. Yeah. Okay, that's actually fast. It's in there like that. Yeah. And just screws in. Theoretically. Yeah. And also, there are people who say there's a way to adjust tracking force on this. If there is, I have not found it. Possibly that little screw there, but I am not going to screw with that tonight. I've put the old belt back in, as you can see there. It is not too badly decayed for this turntable to function, so maybe I will spin something on it. I have these guys that I just got a couple days ago, and they are super, super ballin', so maybe I'll treat the internet to a little bit of that. So what I'm going to be doing is testing this turntable, and hopefully you cannot read that LP, through this amplifier, which I got also recently. It is for a different buyer, but it's one that I'm also doing a little bit of work on. Already done some cleaning on the contacts on it. When I got it, it was really, really hissy. A lot of distortion. It's sounding a lot better now, but I still want to do some work through these speakers, and also giving you a little bit of an indirect tour of my apartment and my own gear. So this is turned all the way down. Let me show you how this works. So I'm going to turn it on first of all. It's in auto mode. I don't know if you can read that. I honestly kind of hope that you can't, because you can read that. You can probably read that. That will start the platter spinning, and as you can see, it will spin. The replacement on that belt is kind of a preemptive measure. I don't want to sell it to someone that I care about and have to see later and have it crap out on them pretty quickly. So I don't know if you can see, but this has moved from about there to about there, and it has gone into manual mode. at which point I can drop the needle with this. It's a cueing lever. It's relatively slow, which is good because that platter's not entirely even. The cork mat still has some bends in it. When I got the cork, it was kind of rolled up. You know, work, make stuff, learn about it, do better next time. Okay, so that is playing. And I'm going to turn it on a little bit, but not for very long, because if I do end up posting this on YouTube, I don't want it to get taken down for copyright infringement. But that's what these sound like. Okay. And obviously you didn't hear it before just now, but I did, and there was a lot of unwanted noise with that other needle, and it just didn't sound very good. And even with a brand new needle like this with no break-in time or anything, it's sounding a lot better. So I guess the next thing I'll do is send back the platter belt that I got that doesn't fit, and try to get a new one and put that in and show you that once it's done.